Carbon is the backbone of life on Earth. It forms the basis of organic molecules and plays a critical role in global systems, including climate regulation, energy storage, and even human biology. But what would happen if carbon, in all its forms, suddenly vanished from Earth for just 5 seconds? This is my thoughts on everything, and now we are going to talk about what if carbon disappeared from Earth for 5 seconds? Let's explore the theoretical and scientific implications of carbon's sudden disappearance. The collapse of organic life. Carbon is the fundamental building block of life. Every living organism on Earth, whether plant, animal, or microorganism, depends on carbon-based molecules like proteins, fats, carbohydrates, and DNA. Organic molecules would disintegrate. The moment carbon disappears, the molecular bonds holding living organisms together would break down. Cells, tissues, and entire bodies are composed of carbon-based compounds, and their sudden disintegration would lead to the immediate collapse of all life forms. Humans, animals, plants, and microbes would dissolve into a mass of disconnected atoms and molecules, unable to maintain their structure without carbon. Global extinction in an instant. Every living organism would die instantaneously. Humans, animals, plants, anything made of organic matter, would cease to exist. The biosphere would be obliterated, wiping out all forms of life, from complex multicellular organisms to single-celled bacteria, in a fraction of a second. Atmospheric and geological collapse. Carbon also plays a critical role in Earth's atmosphere and geological structures, especially in the form of carbon dioxide, CO2, and carbonates found in rocks. Atmospheric carbon dioxide vanishes. CO2, which makes up a small but essential portion of Earth's atmosphere, would disappear. This would lead to a sudden and dramatic shift in atmospheric pressure and composition. Carbon dioxide is not only vital for photosynthesis, but also helps regulate the planet's temperature. Without it, Earth's ability to trap heat would be severely compromised, likely leading to a sudden drop in temperature. Energy systems and fuels. Fossil fuels, such as coal, oil, and natural gas, are carbon-based and power much of the world's energy systems. Fossil fuels vanish. The disappearance of carbon would render all fossil fuels, including coal, oil, and natural gas, non-existent. Power plants, cars, and industrial machinery relying on fossil fuels would instantly stop. Global transportation, electricity grids, and manufacturing processes would come to a grinding halt. While this disruption would only last for 5 seconds, restarting these complex systems after the chaos could take hours or even days. Energy storage and batteries fail. Many modern energy storage systems, including batteries, rely on carbon in their chemical structures. The sudden disappearance of carbon would cause battery failure, potentially leading to electrical surges, fires, and damage to electronic systems. Rebounding from carbon's return. If carbon returns after 5 seconds, the world would be dramatically different. Though many processes might resume, the damage caused during the absence of carbon would be irreversible. No return to life. The disintegration of living organisms in those 5 seconds would be permanent. Life as we know it would cease to exist. Geological structures like carbonate rocks and coral reefs would not magically reform. Mountains and other formations made of limestone would remain collapsed. The question is, could anything survive the disappearance of carbon? Well, in the absence of carbon, nothing organic could survive. Even synthetic materials, such as plastics and fibers that are carbon-based, would disappear. The only remaining structures would be those composed entirely of non-carbon elements, such as metals, salts, and certain inorganic compounds. Non-carbon materials like water, metals, for example iron, aluminum, and other inorganic compounds could survive the event. However, without carbon, the vast majority of Earth's physical and biological systems would collapse, rendering the planet a lifeless wasteland. That's all for today. We will talk on another topic in the next upcoming video. Stay tuned and keep supporting us. Thank you.